Lions, known as the kings of the jungle, have captivated humans for centuries with their power, grace, and majestic presence. These magnificent creatures are not only admired for their striking appearance and roaring, but also for their size. Over the years, there have been reports of extraordinarily large lions that have stunned researchers and wildlife enthusiasts around the world. In this video, we will explore the largest extinct lion species, discussing their characteristics and significance in the context of prehistoric ecosystems. Cape lion. The Cape lion is a species of extinct lion that disappeared around the third quarter of the 19th century. At present, a photograph captured in Paris's Jardin des Plantes in 1860 is the only known live photo of the Cape lion. However, only a very few museums of natural history have kept Cape lion replicas in their collections, including skulls and mounted specimens. Cape lions were a distinct subspecies of the African lion, showcasing some unique physical characteristics. Renowned for their impressive size and fearsome appearance, adult male Cape lions typically weighed between 180 to 225 kilograms, 400 to 500 pounds, and could reach lengths of up to 2.7 meters, 9 feet from head to tail. The Cape lion's most distinctive features were their black-edged ears and dark, thick manes that extended down the belly and encircled their heads. The color of their coat ranged from a light tawny to a reddish-brown hue, with a white underbelly and inner legs. The Cape lion's historical range encompassed arid parts of southern Africa. From the southernmost tip of Africa to the Western Cape's mountainous Karoo, these once impressive lions inhabited a diverse range of landscapes, including grasslands, semi-desert regions, and Cape Town's iconic coastal plains. The tragic demise of the Cape lion can primarily be attributed to hunting. European settlers viewed these powerful predators as threats to their livestock and posing danger to human settlements. As a result, they relentlessly hunted Cape lions, leading to a significant reduction in their numbers. The introduction of firearms further intensified the rate of hunting, making it easier to kill these majestic animals. The decline was so rapid and extensive that by the middle of the 19th century, the Cape lion was effectively extinct in the wild. Beringian lion. The Beringian lion was the largest and most abundant cat of the Ice Age Yukon, and a member of the well-known cave lions from Europe and Asia. Lion fossil bones from Beringia are smaller than the rest of the European cave lions, suggesting that they could be a separate subspecies. As a subspecies of lions adapted to cold climates, they exhibited several distinctive physical features that set them apart from their modern counterparts. Beringian lions were renowned for their impressive stature, often exceeding the dimensions of their African relatives. Fossil evidence suggests that these formidable predators could reach lengths of over 10 feet, 3 meters from nose to tail tip, and stand nearly 4 feet, 1.2 meters tall at the shoulder. Males in particular were known for their immense bulk, weighing upwards of 500 pounds, 227 kilograms or more. The mane of a Beringian lion likely differed from that of their African counterparts. To combat the frigid temperatures of their icy habitat, it's believed that Beringian males may have boasted thicker, fuller manes, serving not only as a symbol of dominance, but also as insulation against the biting cold. This mane, possibly extending further down the chest and back compared to modern lions, would have been a striking sight against the snow-covered landscapes of Beringia. The exact timing and reasons for the extinction of Beringian lions are not definitely known, but it's generally believed that they went extinct around the end of the Pleistocene epoch, roughly 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. Barbary lion. The Barbary lion, also known as the Atlas lion, is an African lion subspecies formerly native to North Africa, including the Atlas Mountains. The Barbary lion was long considered one of the biggest lion subspecies, or even the largest of lions and African felidae. Museum specimens of the male Barbary lion were described as having very dark and long-haired manes that extended over the shoulder and to the belly. Head-to-tail length of stuffed males varies from 2.3 to 2.8 meters, 7.5 to 9.2 feet. A 19th century hunter described a large account of the weight of wild males as very heavy and reaching 270 to 300 kilograms, 600 to 660 pounds. However, the accuracy of the measurements may be questionable, and the sample size of captive Barbary lions was too small to conclude they were the biggest lion subspecies. The Barbary lions inhabited the range countries of the Atlas Mountains, including the Barbary Coast. Some of these areas included Morocco, Algeria, and Maghreb. The Atlas Mountains had cold temperatures when compared to other parts of the African region, especially in the winter. The Barbary lions lived in prides, even when there were not many of them left, especially in eastern Maghreb. Typically, the story goes that the last lion was shot in Morocco in 1927 or 1921, but this date is based on a rather superficial knowledge of available accounts. Someone said the last lion was shot on that date, so that must mean the last lion was shot on that date, and so on. Eurasian cave lion. The cave lion lived during the Pleistocene epoch and through to the early Holocene, from 1 million to 10,000 years ago. One of the top predators of the Ice Age, these cats may have seemed out of reach, but they were common in Europe during the Ice Age. Like its close cousin the American lion, Panthera atrox, the Eurasian cave lion currently has a disputed position amongst other members of the Panthera genus. Standing 5 feet tall, measuring 11.5 feet, 3.5 meters in length, and weighing more than 318 to 363 kilograms, 700 to 800 pounds, the cave lion was among the largest cats that have ever existed, larger than modern lions of today and slightly bigger than tigers. These cave lions also lacked manes, like the eastern subspecies of the modern beasts, but some African and Asian male lions also lack manes, or have smaller than expected. Unlike modern lions, however, cave lions also had thick fur, like most modern Siberian tigers, especially in winter. In addition to being equipped with 20 retractable sharp claws on each foot, the cave lion also had bone-crushing teeth and a bite force of over 1,800 pounds, twice the strength of a modern lion's 900-pound bite force. The cave lion was also a very fast animal, capable of running 30 miles per hour. Mossback lion. The mossback lion was an extinct feline of the Pleistocene epoch. It was generally considered to be an early subspecies of the lion, Panthera leo, and thus called Panthera leo fossilis. But a recent test suggests that it may not have been a subspecies of Panthera leo, but closely related to it. In that case, this feline would be called Panthera fossilis. The mossback lion was likely similar in appearance to modern lions, but with some notable differences. It had a robust build, likely with a thick fur coat to withstand the cold temperatures of its habitat. Its large size is a distinctive feature, with estimates suggesting it could have been among the largest lion subspecies. Adult male mossback lions likely reached lengths of around 2.5 to 3.2 meters, 8 to 10.5 feet, from nose to tail tip. Weight estimates for these massive predators vary, but they are thought to have weighed anywhere from 250 to 400 kilograms, 550 to 880 pounds, or even more in some cases. These lions inhabited various regions across Eurasia during the Pleistocene epoch. They were well adapted to the cold environments of the time, including the grasslands, forests, and tundra regions. Many bone fragments of this cat are known from Mossback in Germany, a small village, which is now included in the town of Wiesbaden. A nearly complete skull was found at Mauer near Heidelberg, Germany. In the same sediment as the lion skull was a 550,000-year-old lower jaw from the early hominid Homo heidelbergensis. The oldest records of Panthera leo fossils in Europe are from Isernia, Italy, and are about 700,000 years old. A 1.7 million-year-old lion jaw from Olduvai in Kenya shows a striking similarity to those of Europe. American lion. American lion, a probable ancestor of our present-day lion, once roamed the continent of North America. This predator was huge, more than 4/3 the size of any modern lion. Standing between 3.5 to 4.5 feet, 1 to 1.4 meters tall at the shoulder, and stretching from 5 to 8 feet, 1.5 to 2.5 meters in length from nose to tail, it was one of the largest felids ever to roam the earth. Surprisingly, this big cat weighed less than expected for something its size, between 256 kilos and 351 kilos. For paleontologists, these lions are a source of debate. How they are related to other big cats is uncertain. Recent genetic testing suggests that American lions evolved from Eurasian cave lions that crossed the Beringia land bridge into North America. The speed and the bulk of these animals helped them catch large prey. American lions hunted other Ice Age animals including camelids, giant ground sloths, bison, and even young mammoths. Scientists do not yet know if the American lion hunted by itself or in groups. Regardless, the American lion was very successful. Fossils have been found from Canada to as far south as Chiapas, Mexico. With this range, American lions likely made it to Tularosa Basin in New Mexico, which is today home to White Sands National Park.
Bears have always fascinated us with their immense size and raw power. Among them, the grizzly bear is one of the most well-known and respected. With its strong build and fierce presence, it has become a symbol of strength in the wild. Grizzly bears are huge, and they are one of the biggest mammals that walk North America. They typically stand around 3 to 5 feet, or 1 to 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder. And when they rise on their hind legs, they can reach heights of up to 8 feet, or 2.4 meters. Their weight varies significantly, ranging from 180 to 900 pounds, or 80 to 400 kilograms. This impressive size and strength contribute to their reputation as one of nature's most powerful creatures. However, while grizzly bears are indeed impressive, they are not the largest bears to ever inhabit our planet. Throughout history, both living and extinct bear species have been even bigger and more formidable. Let's look at 5 massive bears larger than a grizzly, whose size may shock you. Kodiak bear. Kodiak bears are one of 2 brown bear species in North America and are the larger relative of the grizzly bear. Native to the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, these magnificent creatures typically weigh between 600 and 1,500 pounds, or 270 to 680 kilograms, with some exceptional males reaching weights of over 1,500 pounds, or 680 kilograms. When standing on their hind legs, Kodiak bears can measure up to 10 feet, or 3 meters tall, showcasing their massive stature. Kodiak bears inhabit a variety of environments, including coastal regions, forests, and mountains, where they rely on the rich resources provided by their surroundings. Their diet is omnivorous and highly variable, consisting of salmon, berries, grasses, roots, and small mammals. During the summer months, Kodiak bears are known to congregate around rivers and streams, where they feast on salmon as the fish migrate upstream to spawn. This feeding frenzy is not only crucial for their nutritional intake, but also helps them build up fat reserves for the winter months. In terms of behavior, Kodiak bears are generally solitary, although they can be seen foraging together in areas with abundant food. They are highly territorial and will defend their space, especially when food sources are plentiful. While they have few natural predators, young cubs can fall prey to other bears or wolves. Polar bear. Polar bears are considered the largest bears in the world and can get slightly larger than the Kodiak bear. Adult males typically weigh between 900 and 1,600 pounds, or 400 to 730 kilograms, and can grow up to 10 feet, or 3 meters in length. Females are smaller, generally ranging from 330 to 650 pounds, or 150 to 295 kilograms. These magnificent creatures primarily inhabit the sea ice of the Arctic Ocean, along with coastal areas and islands across several countries, including Canada, the United States, Alaska, Russia, Greenland, and Norway. Polar bears are perfectly equipped for their icy environment, featuring thick layers of fat and fur that provide insulation against freezing temperatures. Their large, powerful paws enable them to walk easily on snow and ice and swim efficiently in frigid waters. As apex predators, polar bears primarily hunt seals, particularly ringed and bearded seals. They rely on their keen sense of smell to detect these seals from impressive distances, sometimes as far as a mile away. Hunting techniques include stalking seals at breathing holes in the ice and using the ice to their advantage to ambush them when they surface. In addition to seals, polar bears will occasionally eat other marine mammals, such as walrus or beluga whale carcasses, and they may scavenge on remains left by other predators. While adult polar bears have few natural predators, young cubs may be at risk from other Arctic hunters, such as wolves or even larger male polar bears. Typically solitary animals, polar bears do come together during mating season or when mothers are caring for their cubs. Giant short-faced bear. The giant short-faced bear, or Arctodosimus, is one of the most fascinating prehistoric mammals to have roamed North America during the Pleistocene epoch. This impressive creature could weigh between 1,500 and 2,500 pounds, or 680 to 1,100 kilograms, and stand over 11 feet, or 3.4 meters tall on its hind legs. With its long, slender legs and unique skull shape, it was distinct from modern bears, making it one of the largest land carnivores in history. These bears inhabited a variety of environments, including open grasslands and forests across North America, particularly in regions that are now the western United States and parts of Canada. Their size and physical adaptation suggest they were excellent runners, capable of reaching speeds greater than those of today's bears. This speed would have allowed them to cover large distances in search of food. The diet of the giant short-faced bear was omnivorous, meaning they ate both plants and meat. They likely preyed on large herbivores like young mammoths, bison, and elk, using their size and strength to take down significant prey. In addition to hunting, they would scavenge the remains of dead animals, competing with other predators for these resources. This made them versatile hunters, able to adapt their feeding strategies based on what was available. Living alongside the giant short-faced bear were other large carnivores, such as saber-toothed cats and dire wolves, which also hunted similar prey. This competition would have influenced the bear's hunting tactics and habitat choices. Despite being an apex predator during their time, the giant short-faced bear eventually went extinct around 11,000 years ago, likely due to a combination of climate change and human hunting pressures. Cave bear. The cave bear, or Ursus spelaeus, was a species of bear that lived in Europe during the Pleistocene and became extinct at the beginning of the last glacial maximum about 24,000 years ago. The cave bear had a very broad, domed skull with a steep forehead. Its stout body had long thighs, making it similar in skeletal structure to the brown bear. These bears were considerably larger than modern brown bears, with adult males weighing between 1,500 and 2,200 pounds, or 680 to 1,000 kilograms, and reaching heights of about 10 to 11 feet, or 3 to 3.4 meters when standing on their hind legs. Cave bears predominantly lived in caves, which served as their dens and protection from harsh weather. Fossil evidence suggests that these bears were primarily herbivorous, feeding on a diet of grasses, leaves, fruits, and roots. During the warmer months, they would forage for food in forests and open areas, They likely had to compete with other herbivores for these food sources, including large ungulates like deer and bison. Despite their formidable size, cave bears faced threats from large carnivores such as saber-toothed cats and cave lions, which inhabited the same regions and may have preyed upon cave bear cubs. Additionally, packs of wolves might have targeted vulnerable young bears or scavenged on the remains of deceased individuals. While adult cave bears have seen few natural threats due to their sheer size and strength, they still needed to remain vigilant in their environment to avoid potential dangers. South American short-faced bear. The South American short-faced bear, Arctotherium angustidens, lived in the Pleistocene epoch period, 2.5 million years ago, and went extinct around 10,000 years ago. These bears were known for their impressive size, with some individuals weighing between 2,500 and 3,500 pounds, or 1,100 to 1,600 kilograms, and standing about 10 to 12 feet, or 3 to 3.6 meters tall when on their hind legs. The largest of all bears, this Goliath was around 2 to 4 times larger than a grizzly. These bears roamed a variety of habitats, including open grasslands and forests. Their diet was primarily omnivorous. They likely foraged for a wide range of vegetation, including grasses, leaves, nuts, and fruits, taking advantage of whatever food sources were available in their environment. In addition to plant material, the South American short-faced bear may have opportunistically scavenged on the remains of large herbivores like giant ground sloths and other mammals. This scavenging behavior would have been essential for survival, especially during times when plant resources were less abundant. They might have used their powerful sense of smell to locate carrion, allowing them to exploit these food sources effectively. The South American short-faced bear was a top predator in its ecosystem, but it had to compete with other large animals for food. It coexisted with various herbivores, like giant ground sloths, and large mammals such as glyptodonts and mastodons, which it may have hunted or scavenged. Additionally, it faced competition from other predators, such as saber-toothed cats and large carnivorous mammals, which also shared the same habitats. The tiger is one of the world's most recognizable animals, intimately connected with strength and untamed nature, a symbol of nature's wild places, significant in faiths and folk tales of many civilizations. Tigers inspire millions of people around the globe, from the monasteries in Bhutan to the catwalks of Milan. The Siberian tiger is the largest subspecies, with males weighing up to 660 pounds, or 300 kilograms, and measuring 10 feet, or 3 meters. Sumatran tigers are the smallest subspecies, maxing out at 310 pounds, or 140 kilograms, and 8 feet, or 2.4 meters. But did you know that today's tigers aren't necessarily the largest to have roamed our planet? Throughout history, there were several subspecies of tigers that were even larger than the mighty Siberian tiger we know today. From the dense forests of East Asia to the tropical islands of Indonesia, these prehistoric tigers not only dominated their ecosystems, but grew to sizes that almost seem mythical today. In this video, we'll explore the largest tiger subspecies to ever exist. The Trinil tiger, or Panthera tigris trenelensis, is an extinct subspecies that lived on the Indonesian island of Java during the early to middle Pleistocene, approximately 1.2 million to 500,000 years ago. Named after the Trinil site where its fossils were first discovered, this tiger is thought to have been one of the earliest representatives of the tiger genus in Southeast Asia. Estimates of the Trinil tiger's size vary, but it likely approached the size of the modern Siberian tiger, reaching weights that possibly exceeded 300 kilograms or 660 pounds. The Trinil tiger had strong, elongated limbs, a powerful chest, and robust teeth adapted for hunting large prey, which may have included primitive species of deer and other herbivores native to the region. Its presence in Java suggests that early tigers were adaptable and could thrive in varied habitats, including forests and open landscapes. The Trinil tiger likely faced competition from other large predators, including early members of the Panthera genus, and large reptiles such as crocodiles. The reasons for its extinction are not fully understood, but climatic shifts and volcanic activity in the region may have disrupted its ecosystem. The Pleistocene Bengal tiger is not a distant subspecies, but refers to an ancient lineage of the modern Bengal tiger, or Panthera tigris that existed during the Pleistocene epoch approximately 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. Fossil records found in the Indian subcontinent suggest that Pleistocene Bengal tigers were potentially larger than the modern Bengal tiger, possibly reaching or even exceeding the size of the Siberian tiger. This ancient Bengal tiger inhabited a range of environments, from dense forests to savannas, where it likely preyed on large herbivores, including prehistoric forms of deer, buffalo, and other mammals that thrived in these rich ecosystems. Its muscular build, strong jaws, and sharp claws would have made it an efficient predator, capable of overpowering sizable prey. The size and distribution of the Pleistocene Bengal tiger highlight its adaptability, as it thrived in varying environments across the Indian subcontinent. However, climate fluctuations toward the end of the Pleistocene may have fragmented its habitat, while human activity and competition with other large herbivores likely affected its survival. This tiger lineage eventually evolved into the modern Bengal tiger, though it lost some of its former size, likely due to changes in prey availability and habitat. The Panthera tigris longdenensis is an ancient subspecies known primarily from fossil remains found in the Longden region of Gansu Province, China. This tiger lived during the early Pleistocene epoch, approximately 2 million years ago, in a period marked by colder climates and the spread of open grasslands and mixed woodlands in China. The Longden tiger likely weighed between 300 and 350 kilograms, or 660 to 770 pounds, making it comparable in size to the modern Siberian tiger and possibly even larger. Its robust bone structure suggests that it had a heavily muscled build, which, combined with powerful limbs and a large head, would have made it well suited for tackling large prey. It likely hunted herbivores like early bison, deer, and perhaps even ancient wild horses that roamed these open terrains. The Longden tiger's adaptations, including a possible thicker fur coat and longer limbs, may have helped it survive in the colder, more rugged environments of the time. However, changing climatic conditions and competition from other large carnivores, such as early bears and wolves, likely put significant pressure on the species. The Longden tiger went extinct as its habitat continued to evolve with the advancing Pleistocene glaciations, marking the end of one of China's oldest and most powerful feline hunters. The Wanxian tiger, or Panthera tigris acutitans, inhabited the dense forests and mixed landscapes of China during the late Pleistocene, particularly in regions near what is now the Yangtze River Valley. This extinct subspecies is known from fossilized remains found in Wanxian, which suggests it may have lived around 2 million to 10,000 years ago. With an estimated weight of around 350 kilograms or 770 pounds, the Wanxian tiger was slightly smaller than the Nandong tiger, but still one of the largest known tiger subspecies. Its robust skeletal structure and powerful limbs would have made it a formidable predator, capable of taking down large herbivores like prehistoric bovids and cervids. Adapted to colder climates, the Wanxian tiger likely had a thicker fur coat than modern tigers, allowing it to thrive in varied environments as it followed prey into high altitudes or more open terrains during different seasons. The environmental shifts toward the end of the Pleistocene could have led to this tiger's extinction, as rapid climate change and the expansion of human populations contributed to shrinking habitats and reduced prey. Additionally, competition with other apex predators like the now extinct Chinese cave bear may have put further stress on this species. Its extinction, likely around 10,000 years ago, marks the end of one of East Asia's most powerful predators. The Nandong tiger, scientifically known as Panthera tigris soloensis, roamed the tropical forests and open savannas of the Indonesian island of Java during the Pleistocene epoch. It is widely regarded as the largest tiger subspecies to have ever existed, with estimates suggesting a weight of up to 400 kilograms or 880 pounds, making it considerably larger than any modern tiger, including the Siberian tiger. Fossil evidence from the Solo River region, particularly the Nandong region, from which it gets its name, has revealed robust skeletal remains, indicating a powerful build and substantial size advantage. Its body was likely designed to take down large prey, such as prehistoric deer, buffalo, and possibly early human ancestors. The Nandong tiger's large jaw and strong, curved teeth were adapted for piercing thick hides and breaking through bones, indicating it was a top predator in its ecosystem. The exact reasons for its extinction remain unclear, though climate changes during the late Pleistocene, along with volcanic activity in the region, likely disrupted its habitat. Competition with other large predators and declining prey availability could have also contributed to its disappearance approximately 50,000 years ago, around the time modern humans began expanding into Southeast Asia. The saltwater crocodile, also known as Crocodylus porosus, is the largest reptile alive today. It can grow over 6 meters long, weigh more than a ton, and has a bite force strong enough to crush bone. It's the undisputed apex predator of its territory, dominating the rivers, swamps, and coastal regions of Australia and Southeast Asia. But what if I told you that this modern giant is small compared to some of its prehistoric relatives? Throughout Earth's history, there have been crocodilians that were much larger, more terrifying, and equipped to take on the most formidable prey of their time. These creatures lived in a variety of environments: rivers, swamps, and even oceans, and ruled the ecosystems they inhabited. In this video, we'll explore 7 crocodilian species that were bigger than today's saltwater crocodile. Let's dive in. Griphosuchus croizati was a giant crocodilian that lived during the Miocene epoch around 10 million years ago in what is now South America. This gharial-like species could grow up to 11 meters or 36 feet in length and weigh an estimated 2 to 3 tons, making it one of the largest members of its group. It thrived in the ancient Amazon and Orinoco river systems, which were significantly larger and more interconnected than today. What made Griphosuchus particularly fascinating was its long, narrow snout, similar to modern gharials, designed for catching fish. It likely dominated its aquatic habitat as an apex predator, not only preying on fish, but also intimidating other large creatures that shared its waters. Despite its slender build, Griphosuchus was a formidable force. Its massive size and powerful body would have been enough to deter most threats, and its streamlined form allowed it to move swiftly through the water, making it a highly efficient hunter. Fossil evidence suggests that this giant gharial played a significant role in the ecosystems of Miocene South America, balancing populations of fish and smaller aquatic predators. While its exact relationship to modern gharials is still debated, Griphosuchus remains a prime example of how crocodilians adapted to specific environments, evolving into massive, specialized forms to dominate their habitats. Machimosaurus rex was a massive marine crocodilian that lived during the Jurassic period, around 150 million years ago, measuring up to 10 meters or 33 feet in length and weighing an estimated 3 tons. This predator ruled the coastal waters of Europe, North America, and possibly other regions. Unlike most modern crocodilians, Machimosaurus was a marine species adapted to life in the open sea. Its most striking feature was its incredibly powerful jaws, which were equipped with blunt, robust teeth. These were ideal for crushing tough prey, such as turtles and ammonites, whose hard shells would have been no match for Machimosaurus's bite force. Unlike today's crocodilians, it likely spent most of its time in saltwater and may have ventured onto land less frequently. Fossil evidence suggests that Machimosaurus was a slow swimmer, relying more on ambush tactics and its immense strength to overpower prey rather than speed. It likely patrolled shallow coastal areas, estuaries, and lagoons, where prey was abundant. As one of the largest marine crocodilians ever discovered, Machimosaurus rex demonstrates the incredible adaptability of crocodilian ancestors, showing that these creatures not only thrived in freshwater ecosystems, but also successfully colonized the seas. At number 5, we encounter one of the strangest crocodilians to ever exist, Murasuchus arenzi. Living in South America during the Miocene epoch, this bizarre giant grew up to 10 meters, or 33 feet long, and weighed an estimated 2 to 3 tons. But what truly sets Murasuchus apart is its peculiar snout, flat, wide, and shaped like a duck's bill. Unlike most crocodilians that relied on powerful jaws to ambush and overpower large prey, Marsuchus had small, fine teeth designed for a completely different purpose. It was a filter feeder, scooping up water and sifting through it to catch small fish, invertebrates, and other tiny organisms. This feeding strategy makes Marsuchus one of the most unique members of the crocodilian family. Marsuchus thrived in the lush, wetland environments of ancient South America, where food was abundant, and its massive size kept it safe from predators. Its unusual adaptations allowed it to fill a niche that no other crocodilian could occupy. Few crocodilians in history inspire as much fear as Deinosuchus hatcherii, a true giant of the late Cretaceous. This prehistoric predator, often referred to as terror crocodile, reached lengths of 10 to 12 meters, or 33 to 39 feet, and weighed an estimated 5 to 8 tons, making it one of the largest crocodilians ever to stalk the planet. Living around 75 to 82 million years ago, Deinosuchus was an apex predator in what is now North America. Its massive skull was armed with thick, conical teeth capable of crushing bone with ease. Evidence from fossilized dinosaur remains suggests that it preyed on large herbivores like hadrosaurs, ambushing them at riverbanks when they came to drink. Deinosuchus wasn't limited to freshwater environments. It inhabited rivers, estuaries, and even coastal regions, demonstrating a level of adaptability that made it a formidable hunter in a variety of habitats. Its combination of size, strength, and crushing bite power made it a nightmare for anything that crossed its path, from dinosaurs to large fish. As one of the most iconic prehistoric crocodilians, Deinosuchus showcases the raw power and hunting strategies that made its kind some of the most dominant predators of their time. Ramphosuchus crassidens, a giant from the Miocene epoch, ruled the ancient rivers of South Asia roughly 10 million years ago. This massive crocodilian could grow up to 11 meters, or 36 feet in length, and weigh an estimated 3 to 4 tons, making it one of the largest gharial-like species ever discovered. Unlike modern gharials, which have long, slender snouts suited exclusively for catching fish, Ramphosuchus likely had a broader snout. This adaptation suggests it may have been capable of hunting a wider variety of prey, including large fish, turtles, and even smaller land animals that ventured too close to the water. Fossils of Ramphosuchus have been found in what is now India and Pakistan, where ancient river systems provided a perfect environment for such a massive predator. Its size alone would have made it virtually untouchable by other predators, and its powerful build allowed it to dominate its ecosystem. Prehistoric brasiliensis was the undisputed apex predator of Miocene South America, dominating its environment around 8 million years ago. This colossal caiman could reach lengths up to 10 to 13 meters, or 33 to 43 feet, and weighed an estimated 8 to 10 tons, making it one of the largest crocodilians ever known. Unlike some other crocodilians on this list, Prehistoric was built for power. Its massive skull and jaws were capable of delivering a bone-crushing bite, making it a threat to virtually every creature in its habitat. It likely preyed on a wide range of animals, including giant rodents like Josephwardigacea, large turtles, and even other crocodilians. Prehistoric inhabited the lush river systems and wetlands of ancient South America, where abundant prey and warm climates allowed it to thrive. Fossil evidence suggests that its immense size gave it a significant advantage over competitors, making it a top predator of its time. With its enormous bulk, terrifying bite, and unmatched dominance in its ecosystem, Prehistoric stands out as one of the most formidable crocodilians in history. Topping the list is Sarcosuchus imperator, a creature so massive that it's often nicknamed Super Croc. Living around 112 million years ago during the early Cretaceous, Sarcosuchus was a giant crocodilian that dominated the rivers and swamps of what is now Africa. With a length of up to 12 meters, or 39 feet, and a weight of around roughly 8 tons, it dwarfed even the largest crocodiles alive today. Sarcosuchus's size wasn't its only impressive feature. Its long, broad snout was packed with over 100 teeth, perfectly suited for gripping slippery fish, its primary prey. But its powerful jaws meant it could likely take on much larger animals, including dinosaurs that strayed too close to the water. One particularly intriguing feature of Sarcosuchus was the bulbous structure on the tip of its snout, known as the bulla. Scientists believe it may have been used to amplify sounds or for display purposes, possibly helping males attract mates or establish territory. Living alongside dinosaurs and other massive reptiles, Sarcosuchus held its ground as the apex predator of its environment. Its size, strength, and unique adaptations make it one of the most extraordinary crocodilians ever discovered, earning its place as the largest and most legendary member of its kind. So, the next time you think about the saltwater crocodile, the largest reptile alive today, consider the titans that came before it. These ancient predators dominated ecosystems in ways we can only imagine, shaping the balance of life millions of years ago. When you think of the largest snake in the world, one name slithers into everyone's mind: the anaconda. These modern giants are masters of their environment, capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves. But what if I told you that, in the history of the Earth, the anaconda doesn't even come close to being the largest snake to ever exist? Millions of years ago, the Earth was home to colossal serpents that dwarfed even the biggest anaconda alive today. They ruled rainforests, swamps, and even ancient oceans, striking fear into the hearts of creatures around them. These prehistoric snakes weren't just big, they were record-breaking predators. Long before the end of the age of dinosaurs, a colossal snake known as Madsoia bai ruled the dry and unforgiving landscapes of what we now know as South America. This giant, measuring up to 10 meters or 33 feet in length, wasn't lurking in dense jungles or wetlands. Instead, it hunted in semi-arid environments where ambush predators had to rely on patience and power to secure a meal. Unlike modern constrictors that prefer tropical habitats, Madsoia bai adapted to a harsher world. Fossils show it wasn't built for speed or rapid strikes. Instead, its large, heavy body was designed for crushing strength, ideal for subduing large reptiles, mammals, and even small dinosaurs that roamed these ancient landscapes. This slow but deadly approach made it a dominant predator in its ecosystem. The fossils of Madsoia bai, particularly its vertebrae, reveal a creature adapted to life on land rather than in water. These bones were thick and strong, designed to support the weight of its muscular frame as it coiled and constricted prey. Compared to modern snakes, Madsoia bai was less flexible, but it didn't need to be. Its sheer power was enough to overwhelm most creatures it encountered. As a part of the Madsoiidae family, Madsoia bai represents a fascinating group of prehistoric snakes that existed across Gondwana. Relatives of this species have been found in locations as far-flung as Madagascar and Australia, showing how widespread these snakes were before their extinction. 50 million years ago, the tropical seas of what is now northern Africa were home to a massive snake that dominated the waters, Paleophis colossius. Stretching up to 12 meters or 39 feet in length, this marine predator was unlike the land-dwelling snakes of its time. It moved through ancient estuaries and shallow coastal waters, preying on a variety of aquatic animals. Fossils of Paleophis colossius, including its enormous vertebrae, were discovered in Mali. These bones reveal a snake perfectly suited for life in the water. Its body was elongated and less flexible than terrestrial snakes, which helped it move efficiently through currents and maintain stability while swimming. Unlike modern sea snakes, it wasn't venomous. Instead, it relied on its size and strength to overpower prey, likely including large fish, aquatic reptiles, and possibly small marine mammals. This massive snake belonged to the Paleophis genus, a group of marine snakes that evolved to exploit the abundance of life in ancient seas. Paleophis colossius was one of the largest species in the group, standing out for its size and adaptability to thrive in habitats where land-based predators couldn't compete. It likely used ambush tactics, hiding among submerged vegetation or along the seafloor to strike unsuspecting prey. The habitat of Paleophis colossius wasn't limited to oceans. It also inhabited brackish estuaries and river mouths, where freshwater mixed with saltwater. These areas were rich in biodiversity, providing an ideal hunting ground. Its dual ability to navigate both coastal and inland waters may have given it an advantage over other marine predators. The cooling climate of the late Eocene, along with shifts in sea levels and marine ecosystems, likely marked the decline of Paleophis colossius. 40 million years ago, in what is now North Africa, Gigantophis garstini slithered through a vastly different landscape. The Sahara was not the endless desert we know today, but a land of rivers, wetlands, and lush vegetation teeming with life. At an estimated length of 10 meters or 33 feet, this enormous snake was one of the apex predators of the region, hunting in environments that supported a wide variety of large mammals and reptiles. Fossils of Gigantophis were first discovered in Egypt, revealing a snake built for brute strength. Its large, thick vertebrae suggest a muscular body capable of constricting prey with incredible force. Unlike aquatic snakes like anacondas, Gigantophis likely hunted on land, targeting sizable prey such as Merotherium, a small hippo-like ancestor of elephants, and other large animals that ventured too close. The habitats of Gigantophis were rich in biodiversity, with networks of rivers and floodplains providing ample hunting opportunities. This snake's size and power placed it at the top of the food chain, with little competition from other predators. Its ambush tactics, waiting in silence before striking with speed and precision, made it a formidable hunter, capable of tackling prey many times its own weight. The world of Gigantophis garstini was undergoing significant changes during its time. Shifting climates and the gradual drying of its lush habitats likely had a profound impact on its survival. The once fertile floodplains began to transform into the arid regions that would eventually become the Sahara Desert, taking with them much of the prey and conditions that allowed such a massive snake to thrive. The discovery of Gigantophis in the early 20th century captivated scientists who initially believed it to be the largest snake ever. Deep in the tropical rainforests of South America, around 60 million years ago, an unimaginable predator lurked in the shadows. At a staggering length of up to 13 meters or 43 feet and weighing over a ton, Titanoboa cerahonensis was the largest snake to ever exist. This prehistoric giant emerged in the Paleocene epoch, a time when the Earth was recovering from the mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs. In the absence of large terrestrial predators, Titanoboa rose to dominance, ruling the swamps and rivers with unmatched power. The discovery of Titanoboa fossils in the Cerrejón coal mines of Colombia sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The immense size of its vertebrae dwarfed those of any snake alive today, and the fossils provided a rare glimpse into an ecosystem where reptiles were the apex predators. These swamps were hot and humid, with temperatures far higher than today's rainforests, creating the perfect conditions for a cold-blooded giant like Titanoboa to grow to such extraordinary proportions. Titanoboa didn't just look intimidating. It was a predator unlike anything we've seen in the modern world. Fossil evidence suggests it fed on massive prehistoric fish, including relatives of today's tarpon, which could grow over 2 meters long. With its immense size and strength, Titanoboa could constrict its prey with a force so powerful it would crush bones and stop its victims' hard in moments. Imagine a predator capable of overpowering animals many times its size, gliding silently through the murky waters before striking with precision. What makes Titanoboa even more remarkable is how it rewrote the history of snakes. Before its discovery, scientists underestimated just how large snakes could grow. The extreme size of Titanoboa offered new insights into the relationship between snake size and climate. Warmer temperatures of the Paleocene allowed cold-blooded animals to grow larger than ever, and Titanoboa took full advantage of this biological opportunity. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.